Hi, you guys. What's up, YouTube fan? Welcome back to Slurping Coffee with Big Ed. I miss you guys. It's been some months, but I'm coming back better than ever. I had to revamp my channel because it was like kind of boring. I'm not like the prankster type. I'm more like a storyteller or whatever happened in the now. Like, I'm not even like, I try to do the pranks or whatever, but trying to be a content creator is a lot. So I'm coming as myself. So instead of clocking that tea, we're gonna be slurping that coffee. I know it's ghetto because you see a red cup, you think it's a drink in here. No, it's not a drink, it's actually coffee in here. Tomorrow I have the cup for the story, but we're going to be doing a story time. We're going to do a story time, and the story time that I will be doing, sharing with you guys, is how I let my first love play me, but also, you know what I'm saying? Half of the stuff that was done to me, I allowed it, and guess what? I'm not a saint either. It ain't gonna be no tears. It's more for like laughter and jokes, and like, not trying to shade people, throwing people under the bus. But shoot, if other people get up here and tell their stories and they 50 Shades of Grey, so here go my 25 Shades of Ed. So get ready with me. Yes, we're gonna change this channel. I think we're gonna be slurping that coffee with Big Ed. We're slurping that coffee with Ebony. My name is Ebony. I am 42 years old. Yes, I'm reintroducing myself. I'm rebranding this page. It's gonna be about me. I might show my kids in some things. Maybe a prank here or there. But we're gonna do story time. How many episodes of the story? I don't know, because me and this guy have been dealing with each other for years off and on. So, if you've been dealing with somebody 17 years off and on, the story could go on. But I'm just telling you how I allowed myself to get played and how I'm not a saint and I played a part in it. So, guys, when we meet up for the next story, make sure you have your coffee, whether it's Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, homemade. Have your coffee so we could slurp it together. So that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be slurping coffee with Ed. That's what it's gonna be called. So the story time I have to tell you, sit back, put your seatbelts on, and let's enjoy this ride, because we gonna have a laugh, because it's funny. And y'all go and put in y'all comments, like, talk to me, share some stuff with me, ask some questions, engage with Ed, because I need to know what you think, because you guys are gonna laugh, and then you guys are gonna say, he only did what you allow him to do. For sure, for sure. Because when you love somebody, you put up with pretty much anything until you realize who you are. And guess what? I'm that babe. But anyway, so story time about my first love. And I was in high school. And before we even get into that, before I started talking to him, I was messing with someone else that lived right next door to him. So let's get into it. Coffee time. I was dealing with this guy or whatever. And, I was in high school and I was dealing with this guy. I'm not going to put ages in it because y'all going to be like, oh my God. Oh my God. But I was dealing with this guy and I was a freshman in high school. And he lived next door to the love of my life, or whatever the case may be. And, well, used to be the love of my life. Let me correct that. I was talking to him first. We're not going to really put no names. I might throw like an initial out here and there. We're not going to put no names because I don't want nobody to feel no type of way. But it's more for like fun. So if y'all see this, any of the people that I'm talking about, just laugh at it. It's fun. But I was dealing with this guy. He was cool. He was much older. He was more like, for the streets or whatever the case may be. So one day when I was in school, one of my cousins was walking with his boy, and his boy looked fine, could dress, waves on spin, so they hit on him. So when I see him in the hallway or whatever, I'm asking my cousin, like, who that? Who that boy? Like, hook me up. Like, what's good? And he like, come on, Ab, like, you bugging, hook yourself up. Okay, for sure, for sure. Remember, I still was talking to the neighbor. But guess what? I never knew they was neighbors. That's why you got to sit back for this ride. So, as I was like, scoping him out in the hallway, it was the end of my sophomore year, going into my junior year, and he was a freshman. So every time I'd be like, what grade you in? He'd be like, oh, I'm a sophomore, I'm a sophomore. He was a freshman the whole time at that time. So I was just still messing with the neighbor or whatever. So one day when I left the neighbor house, I was coming out the gate. He was like, hey, you. And I turned around. I'm like, oh, what you doing over here? He was like, I live here. I was like, you live right here? He was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, what's good with you? And he was like, you talk to so-and-so? I was like, something like that, but what's good with you? There we go. There go your karma right there, brewing, Ed. So I'm looking like, who is this? Like, you live here? Like, what's up? And smiling and cheesing and all that stuff. Because he was just so fine and he could dress his tail off. So we started yapping, but nothing took off that time, whatever the case may be. Went about my business or whatever. Kept seeing him in school. Then when my junior year came, I see him a little bit, but I wasn't too, like, in tune at that time right there until, like, towards the summer of my junior year. When I see him again coming out the other person's house, he was sitting on a porch, and every time I would, like, come out the other person's house, he'd be on the porch. We'd just, like, chop it up a little bit more, or whatever the case may be. So one day, me and the other person got into it, and when I was coming out of the house, I seen him, and we was yapping. You gotta throw people under the bus, like, oh, he mess with other people and he do this with other people. So in my head, I'm like, ding, ding, ding. So he want to play, we gonna play too. There we go, my karma brewing. So we chopping it up. Long story short, I seen him in the hallway again, and he had on this Sean John, like, fleece hoodie, these Sean John jeans, and some Dolomite boots. Fly, could dress. Slurp that coffee. Hold on 1 minute. So we chopping it up with him. And me and the next door neighbor, we ended up getting into it or whatever one day or whatever. He had to go outside or something. So my best friend at the time, and this other girl I used to hang with, we was like, let's go by such and such house. So we go over there, ring his doorbell. His little sister come downstairs. I'm like, is such and such here? She's like, oh, yeah, let me go get him. So he come downstairs. He's like, what y'all doing here? Now, let's slurp this coffee out, because I liked him. My best friend at the time liked him. And the other girl he was hanging with liked him. Everybody so now it's like survival of the fittest. May the best thick chick win. So he was like, oh, want me to get my radio? Want me to walk you home? So we got the rapping. And that's how it happened. So we started, like, vibing, and we started going together September 9th, my senior year, which was the year 2000, because I graduated 2001. So we started, like, hitting it off or whatever, talking, vibing. He was so cute. And then, like, the stares and the whole way of school, girls' attitudes that he used to mess with, I ain't care because I was geeked because he was fine. So we started talking or whatever. Then I get a phone call from the next door neighbor. Go ahead and say, Ebony, bad girl, bad girl. I know. But you can't help what the heart, the flesh wants. So the neighbor called, like, what you doing? I'm like, the heat on the street too close. He's like, what? I'm like, the heat on the street too close. Like, I can't mess with you like that no more. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever blase squaze, like, I wasn't telling him, like, me and your next door neighbor, we an item now. But he don't care because he was much older. Not much older, but at the time, it seemed like he was much older because of how I was or whatever the case may be, if you could read between the lines. I wasn't supposed to be dating when I started dating him, so I'm just going to leave it there. So, me and, the neighbor started kicking it, and we started, like, talking. We was inseparable. We was together every day after school. We was always together. You couldn't pull us apart. It was just, love at first sight, I guess, if you want to say, or whatever the case may be. It was like we was just together every single day. I was a senior. He was a junior. And it wasn't all bad because, I was he was more into his books, honor roll student. I was more of cutting school, fighting, and he actually helped me graduate because he used to walk me to class and encourage me, like, go to class. Like, you ain't got to be out in these streets. Like, go do what you got to do or whatever. He wasn't the partying type. and none of that, but I was. And it's like kind of like opposites attract or whatever. So fast forward to my senior year or whatever. I didn't go to the prom. And if I'm saying whatever, forgive me. But I didn't go to my senior prom. I did get my hair and nails and stuff done, but I didn't want to go. Like, I'm not a girly type girl. Like, I could take it there, get dressed, you know, and different things like that. But I just didn't want to go. It was like too much to find a dress, too much to find this. I just didn't. I was just being lazy. I didn't want to go. But I had the money to go. Coming up to his senior year, this sounds so funny, but you know how you help a person do this, help a person do that, and you would think they would do the same exact thing for you? No. This where the tables turned, because he was like nasty, like nice, nasty, and I always had an attitude problem. Like, I'm not going to lie. I can tell on myself. I'm grown, 42 now. I used to be like, you ain't going nowhere, and who you talking to on the phone? You know, that type of overprotective person that you could push your person away or whatever the case may be. But when his senior year came, and he used to be like, I don't want you going to no parties. I don't want you, but I'm still a teen. I'm going to go to parties with my friend. I'm going to chill. That caused a lot of friction, arguments, fist fights, whatever you want to call it. So me and my best friend, that's my best friend now. We've been best friends for 20-something years. Before I even had my oldest. And my oldest is 21. And if you want to know, to like, you know, skip around just a little bit, my daughter is by my first love. My oldest child is by my first love at the time. So his senior year came around. Towards the end of the school year, he was being a little bit funny, acting different. He made me buy a ticket for his prom, buy this expensive $400 dress for his prom. You know, this stuff like that. You know, you coming with me, you going, even though we was already beefing. For him to take someone else. Yeah, y'all feeling some type of way too? Me too. I think it's time for us to slurp this coffee. So, I thought we was on good terms. I thought we was like, you know, we was on good terms. Everything was going back to normal because, you know, by me going out, he didn't like it. And it will cause like a lot of arguments. So I guess he took it upon himself like, okay, since you want to go out, I'm just going to do me or whatever. You could come out with me. Like, I was only going to the Cheetahs, you know, chilling with my friends. Like, we young. Like, you know, we was already together every day, all day, non-stop, or whatever the case may be. So it's these jeans that came out called Jabot jeans. He wanted the pair. They were $70. So I've been calling him. He been ignoring the call. He called me back, talking about something. He on the phone with his mother. Anyway, I went to go buy these jeans. I dropped them off at his house. I asked his grandmother, I'm like, where he went? She's like, oh, I don't know. He left from here or whatever the case may be. I'm like, all right, Grandma, I'll see you later. So me and my best friend, we go down this block on the way coming back to my house. Who we see walking down the street with the girl? No, walking down the street. No, on the porch with the girl. Him. Am I supposed to be first love? He was on the porch with a whole girl or whatever. So I'm trying to jump out the car window. And no, I was not this fat in high school, okay? I started gaining more, like, weight after I had my last kid. So I'm trying to jump out the window. My cousin out there, God rest his soul, DJ Goldfingers. He was out there. He laughing like it's funny, but I'm crying like, no, he didn't just play me. I just dropped off some jeans to his house. I just dropped off some jeans to his house. And he walking down the street. So by the time my best friend go around the corner and pull over, he trying to hold the girl. So I was going like, this is what you want to do? This is how you want to do it? Like, you really playing in my face? Okay, fine. This is what we're going to do. I was hurt. I didn't know what to do. I called my brother at the time. My brother went around the corner and talked to him because his house was right there next to the girl. He was like, oh, I don't want to be with her no more. Like, I'm not into her. Blase, squaze. All right, fine. We're going to turn this up a notch. So I started losing weight, started doing me because it ain't never hard to find a nigga. But I wanted fat nigga. So I just started, like, chilling. So we was on our way to Skaters World or whatever. I happened to look to my left. He was dressed up, going to the prom with somebody else. Child, I thought I liked the guy. I was like, what? You serious? This is what you do? I ain't say nothing. But guess what? The girl was pregnant, but it wasn't by him. Her baby father was in jail. So I was trying to figure out, was he trying to be a stepdad or what he was trying to do? But anywho, so it went from that incident to like a couple of weeks later, one of the girls that used to come over, do my hair, bring her kid over. We chill together, go to church together, vibing. Always have my hair slayed. She kept asking like, oh, how your baby father doing? Where he at? Where he been up to? And I'm sitting there, I don't talk to him no more, forget him and all this other stuff. Lo and behold, child, wait a minute. We got to slurp this coffee. Lo and behold, she was talking to him the whole time. Her and other people went to his job to get his number. If you wanted his number, all you had to do was ask me. You was in the house when he was in the house. Then they started dating. He started pulling up with her to the church, and we found them at because we had like a state fair every year. They was at the state fair. He was pushing the kid's stroller. Okay, so now you stepfather of the year. For sure, for sure. I ain't trying to get no get back. I ain't trying to stop talking to the girl, stop talking to him. Just started doing me. Like I do. But that also was karma, because I told you I was talking to the next door neighbor, and him and the next door neighbor was cool. Like, cool. The next door neighbor used to give him money to go play like video games or whatever the case may be, and like do certain things or whatever the case may be. So, you know, that was my karma at the time. You get what I'm saying? I didn't understand it then. So he's not all bad, because I wasn't a saint either. I went to church, but I'm not a saint. So after all that summer, now it was time to get back to Ed. Outside, chilling, going to work, chilling, just doing what I do best. So it's time for that get back. You heard what I said, get back. When you look out of my first love window because the person that I was messing with next door, he wasn't no love. He was just a person to mess with at the time. But when I get deeper into the story, why I call him my first love, like, because he wasn't all bad. Like, he helped me to become who I am. And that's not to be like bitter and not to be, you know, we'll get deeper into that as like story time go on. But I end up going back to the heat on the street, not too close. But when you look out of the first love window, out of his window, because his room was upstairs, you could look straight into the guy next door window that I was messing with before I was messing with my first love. So me and my best friend at the time, her at the time is this girl that I was friends with, like at the time, from grammar school to high school. And then it was my best friend that's my best friend now. She was my best friend from after high school until this present time. So I don't want y'all to get like mixed up with the best friends. So the other best friend, my grammar school / high school best friend, she used to always go with me to the first guy house. And when we went, we was all talking all loud, laughing and joking, chilling. Guess what? He heard my voice from his window, and he was looking out the window, and he was feeling some type of way. Get back, be real. I don't get back now because I'm 42, but get back was real back then. So after that night, chilling over there with him, I end up going home. And like a couple of days later, I went back to the next door neighbor house. I didn't go to the first love house. And when I left there, I ended up coming home in a cab. And something said, lift your head up and look to the left. So I lift my head up and I look to the left. Me and my first love, we locked eyes. And I know he already knew then, like, because he shook his head like, you really messing with that that guy again. Like, you really messing with? Yeah, you was really messing with one of my friends. You really took somebody else to the prom when I sacrificed not going to my prom for you. You really did a lot too. So I'm just showing you what I can do. So after that, when I finally got home, I went out that weekend. Me and my best friend that's present now. My best friend that's my best friend that's my best friend now. We went out or whatever to the Cheetahs. I ended up leaving her and going to dip off to go do my own thing, you know, just chilling, vibing. I met, you know, one of my 8th grade homies. He was like, oh, y'all want to go for a drink? You want to go chill? So I went vibing with him. So by the time I came back, my best friend was like, hey, guess who called? I was like, who? She was like, that nigga over there. Which nigga over there? Part 1 or part 2? She was talking about the love of my life. She was like, oh, he called or whatever, whatever. All right, we about to call him back. Now I'm sniggering and I'm griggering. I'm cheesing like, oh, now you got to hit it where it hurts because now he calling me back. So he called me back like, what you doing? Da, 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 da. We started talking. We started rapping. And that's how it happened again. And we was like talking or whatever the case may be. He was like, oh, when you going to come see me? But I was kind of like skeptical going to see him because I was already like at the neighbor house, out clubbing, chilling, just like doing me, enjoying my time. So I'm like, I don't know, because he done did me dirty. Like, he done played all in my face. So why am I going to go see him? But I did. And he was like mad skinny. Wait, even before I went to go see him, one of my cousins, shout out to T, one of my cousins hit me up like, I seen First Love. He said he missed you. Like, he effed up, blase, blase, blase. Whatever the case may be, he wanted to talk to you. All right, what's good? So when I got that phone call, I was cheesing. I ain't gonna lie, I was cheesing because he was fine. Like, y'all don't understand how many girls used to, like, sweat him and blush over him, and girls in high school. To this day, I am 42, and our child together is 21, and our other child together, which I will get into that, she's 19, and you will not believe, she's 18. She's 18, child, forgive me. She's 18, and you wouldn't believe how people still don't like me over him. And I don't even go with him. I mean, I don't even mess with him like that no more because it's just been like so much. And like as story time keep going, like this is just part 1 of the story, like how we met, how the cheating started in 2000. Now this whole scenario played out until 2023. From 2000, September 9th, to August of 2023. That's when I finally put my foot down. It was like, we can't even be friends. And that's my kid's father. Like, we can't be friends. That's my girl's father. We can't be friends. And I'm going to get into that too, because you could love somebody so much that they drown you and they drowning you and you don't even see. You just want the family aspect, like, oh, that's your daughter's father, and he not all bad. He does have a good heart. He just don't know how to be alone, and he just don't know how to accept one woman. And if you see as the story time keep going on and on, because I'm not gonna do 90 parts, I'll probably give you like 5 parts, because I summed up the year of 2000 and 2001, no, 2000 and 2002. I summed that all up for you guys. Like, I was all over the place, but as you sit down, you will, you know, get the bits and pieces. And if you have questions, just drop it down below. But I know my family gonna see this and be like, no, she didn't. Yes, I did. Because it's like, this story could help somebody. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm laughing now, but I was crying back then, crying to my best friends, like, yo, because a person could really drain the life out of you. And all the love, like, I have a big heart. My heart goes with my big body. Well, maybe it don't, but I have a big heart. And I would give anybody anything. And, like, you know a person is not good for you, but you still try and try and try and try and try because you love that person and because you see the good in that person, and but they don't want to see the good in themselves, so they just dog you out and not allow it to happen, and I allow it to keep happening and allow it to keep happening until one day I was like, I don't even want to be friends. And that was the hardest thing that I think I ever had to do. When you genuinely you love someone and you just be like, well, damn, what do they see in other people that they didn't see in you? When you give so much of yourself and you pour your heart out or whatever the case may be. But it's going to get to funny parts. I'm telling y'all going to be cracking up. Like, as the story go on, y'all going to be cracking up because let me tell y'all, it's some funny shit that happened throughout these years. Funny. When you get to the funny parts, I'm telling you, you guys gonna be like cracking up. Like, what? All that happened and you did what? And some of the things that I'm gonna reveal up here, and people gonna be like, you did what? And what? You did? No, you didn't. You met you. Yeah, and I did. And as my girl Just Jazzy said, yep. I am. It's going down. It's my story to tell. And, you know, a lot of people get up here. They tell their stories, whether it's sad, happy, or whatever. This is my story to tell. This could help some people. My whole thing, and I'm about to wrap this part up because I still have a second part that's coming tomorrow, and the third part and the fourth part. I'll probably take it up to like 6 parts, 8 the most. But I'm going to see if I can wrap it up into like 6 parts because, you know, dealing with somebody from 2000 to 2023, and you still got to deal with them when you have children by them. You still got to, you know, deal with them, see them, or whatever. But the difference is I don't got to put up with the things that I used to put up with. I don't have to talk to people if I don't want to. Anything that's today, now, come to destroy my peace, I don't have to deal with it. Yes, I'm changing my whole page. Everything going to be different over here. This video is going to be a little bit longer than the most because it's just me coming out again, revamping myself. You see my nails is off. I'm going to pamper myself this week or whatever the case may be because self-love is the best love. And just stay tuned. Stay locked in. Don't put no comments down. Like, don't, especially my family, like, don't. Don't. I am. This is my story. You never know where it could go. You never know who it could help. Because although I'm laughing now, it was a lot of tears, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears behind this whole situation. But can we be cordial now? If he be cordial, we could be cordial. If he be cool, we could be cool. You know, it's about being adults because that's what we are. But anyway, stay tuned for this ride because I'm gonna have you guys on your toes. It's gonna be like a roller coaster, up down, but no tears. We are not crying, we are laughing. There's so much bullshit going on in the world today. We need some laughter. So subscribe, like, comment, make sure you put the thumbs up. My thumb little as hell with our nails on. Look how little that shit is. But like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, to tell their cousin, to tell their great-grandmother, to tell their daddy and their grandpas and their great-aunt, nieces, and uncles to subscribe here. And I'm still going to say my slogan, without a risk, there's no reward. So don't forget to take that risk. And make sure you be you. Be you at all times. You can't be nobody else but you. And don't let nobody stop your shine. When you wake up in the morning, be grateful no matter what life throws at you. Because it could be so much worse. I love you. Big Ab loves you. Love you. And I'm out.